You know exactly what to do. You've known it for a while now. And instead of doing it, you're telling everyone else about it. Your friend, your partner, your sister, your parent, whoever that is. Anyone who will listen. Describing the problem, explaining why it's so damn hard, and making sure everybody understands how much you've been through. And instead of taking the one step that would actually move you forward, you're still talking about it. Recently, someone reached out to me. She was struggling, really struggling. I offered her a link to book a complimentary conversation, a clarity call, and she kept talking. And I offered it again, and she kept talking. And third time, still talking. And you know what? I didn't feel frustrated. I felt something much deeper because I understood exactly what was happening. And today I want to talk about why. Hey, it's your pal Susan. For over 3 decades, I've been helping women stop living for everyone else's approval and start trusting themselves enough to lead their own lives with joy. Because joy isn't something that happens to you, it's something you build inside of you, one act of self trust at a time. So if you've been waiting for permission to do that, you're in the right place. This is your Sunday Fearless Reset. And today we're talking about why we stay in the story instead of taking that one living bold step. And what that has to do with leading your own life. Let's go. When we're in pain, when life feels overwhelming, when we're at a crossroads and don't know which way to turn, we have two choices: describe the pain or grow through it. And most of us, we choose to describe it again and again and again. Not because we're weak, but because we don't want things to change. The story feels safe. Our brain knows a good story. The story feels familiar. Our body, our nervous system knows that story. The story doesn't require anything from us except telling it. Taking the next step, that requires self-trust. Trust that we can handle what comes next. Trust that we deserve to lead our own lives, not just manage them. And that kind of trust is exactly what pain erodes. So we stay in the story. Our brains are lazy. They love the story. They don't want anything new because the story asks for nothing from us. And that one next step, that asks for everything. So here's what I've come to understand about this pattern. Every time you describe your pain, instead of taking that step, you practice staying stuck. Not intentionally, not consciously, but every time you reach to text and tell the story again, or phone, whatever, however you do that, instead of reaching for the resource that's right in front of you, you send yourself a message. I'm not ready. The step is too big. Something has to change before I can change. And here's the painful irony. Nothing changes until you choose. The clarity doesn't come first. The confidence doesn't come first. The joy doesn't come first. The perfect moment, it doesn't come first. You're taking that one bold step forward, that starts everything. And the clarity, the confidence, the momentum, the joy, they come after, not before. Think about this woman in my conversation. She knew what she needed. The resources were right there. Book a call with me. Let's get together. Let's chat. Let's see, lay it all out and see what's your biggest challenge here. 3 times that offer was laid out, and still she kept telling me her story because somewhere inside her voice was saying, what if this doesn't work? What if I make the wrong decision? You have to hear everything before I can actually move forward. What if I can't afford it? That voice doesn't protect us. There's no question in there. It keeps us stuck, and it's keeping you from the life you're actually longing for. So here we go. Take a breath. Take another one. Put your hand on your heart. And I want you to tap into your own life right now. Is there something you know you need? A conversation you've been putting off? A resource you've been circling and not reaching for? A step you've been describing to everyone around you instead of actually moving forward? Maybe it's booking that appointment, making the call, saying yes to something that scares you. Maybe it's finally clicking the link and saying, yeah, I'm going to have that conversation with Susie now. And every time you get close, something pulls you back into your story. The story that says, I need to explain this a little more, or I have to make sure that everybody understands how hard this has been before I actually let it go. You see, the story is not the problem. To you, your pain is real, your struggle's real, your fear is real. And in making all of that more real than you, than what your heart is telling you, than what that voice is telling you, that inner voice that says, welcome to this amazing life. Your story of why you can't, it becomes a place where you live instead of a place you grow through. Yeah. And here's what lives underneath it all. I just don't trust myself to make the right decisions, to handle what comes next, to lead my own life. And when you don't trust yourself to lead your own life, well, joy stays out of reach. Not because life isn't good, but because you're not leading it. Yeah. Self-trust isn't built by thinking about the step. Self-trust isn't built by talking about the step. Self-trust is built by taking that next step. One conversation, one decision, one click, one act of leading yourself forward. And every time you move, you send yourself a powerful message. Yes, I can do this. Okay, I'm going to take the next step. Not because I know exactly how everything will turn out, but because I know that I'll show up for myself no matter what. I'm going to honor my word to myself. And your nervous system is listening and it's going, oh, thank you. And your future's listening and it's saying, oh, thank you. And that's how joy gets built. Not through perfect circumstances, not through everything going right, but through the deep knowledge that you can trust yourself to lead your own life through all of it. Now, this week, notice where you're staying in the story. What step has been available to you that you've been circling instead of reaching for? Write it down. Then ask yourself this one question. What would a woman who trusts herself do right now? And do it. Hey, if something's landed for you today, don't just watch and move on. Take those steps. Not when you're ready, not when things calm down, not when you have to explain it, now. And if that step is a conversation with me, the link to book a complimentary clarity call, it's in the comments below. Because you've been describing this long enough, and it's time to lead your own life. Here's to creating lives we love living, one bold step at a time. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Susan Lazar Hart, Fearless Women Rising, press subscribe, like, and share, and tell a friend. Somebody might be needing to hear this right now. Somebody who's trapped in their own stories. I wonder what that could change if they actually reached out and said, yes, I can do this. One living bold step at a time. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be, because the world needs more of you. Stepping out of your story into your greatness, not less. It's time to lead your life with joy. Mwah. Big love from Montreal. See you next Sunday. Hey, if you're watching this on our Facebook group, Fearless Women Rising, pop in a comment. You know, I check in every day.